Good Friday morning. It's time for the longest walk in the world. Cruise ship's called and said, tone it down, will you?
Taters gonna Tate.
I'm going to go get the cart for the luggage this time. Yesterday it didn't make sense to go all this way to go get it when I could just make a couple of schleppy trips back and forth, but this time I just want the convenience of the cart and do it in one trip. And no planned casino action today because we've got to get on the road and we have to be in Oregon tonight. Because we have to be in Tacoma on Saturday, period. Thanks to the hotels.com cancellation window pass, so we're committed. Well, we can do it. Okay. Room 1587, what do we reckon?
I really liked it. The outlet situation was a little cruddy. They were hard to get to.
Would have helped if I brought in a power strip, but I didn't.
That's not going to change where the outlets are.
Yeah, but
beds were super comfy, a little too high. I really had a little struggle getting up here.
mm-hmm.
Bathroom was gorgeous. Soap and lotions and stuff smelled fantastic.
Yeah. I have a feeling the extra soap got snagged.
They both got snagged.
Yeah.
I carry a little travel soap container so I can take the soaps that we used.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I don't know what happens to them if they get wasted, or I don't know what happens to them. But we use them at home, so.
Yeah, and that orangey soap was really
yeah,
nice.
it really smelled good.
I think it's probably the best soap of the trip so far.
Yeah, I agree. Shower was pretty good. It was a nice size. I got the water hot enough. You said you had a problem with it.
Yeah, I had lukewarm was all I could get out of it.
But the water here is that slippery kind that doesn't come off. You don't feel like you're ever getting the soap off. I don't know if that's something you get used to, or if it's always like that, or if it's just if you come from one kind of water to another kind of water. I don't know, but that was good. We only have one more night of random hotel. We think.
Yep.
We think, but we have to get on the road. So.
Yeah, I think our mutual only biggest gripe of this place is room placement because we are way, way, way at the end of the
Oh, we're so far.
We could be further down, but it's bad enough.
We're so far from the front desk and the casino that we're in Tampa.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep.
And if not in Tampa, definitely in Utah.
That's true.
But anyway, it's nice that you can just grab a card if you want. Like, there's no whole big process to get one, so that's cool. It's a nice casino, nice hotel. So I think definitely if we come back to West Wendover, I don't think we'd say no to staying here again.
No, I would definitely do this hotel again. Yep. I wish we were staying more than one night.
Yeah. But that's a story for another time. All right, we got to load up the car and get out of here.
Yep.
We're about to hit our deadline to be out the room. Load from the car. Look at that. Look at Jamie getting away because our cruise control is not behaving right now. So if I understood correctly, that was the Silverstone Pass that we're looking at right now. As we head due west towards Wells, Nevada. Set my phone back up.
Good morning. It is Friday, 27th of February, I believe. We are leaving. Where were we last night? West Wendover, Nevada. We're on I-80 heading, I don't know, northwest. And the speed limit is 80. That's the highest one that's been set so far. I'm gonna assume that means it's a nice. Oh, we're back in the Pacific. I assume that means we're gonna have a nice straight, calm drive, seeing as they're telling you to go 80.
With that, we're on time.
And we're on time, according to Ethan. I don't know what that means. No, it's 8:05. Yeah, he wanted to be out of the room. Pretty early. I went on ZipRecruiter this morning and found like 4 jobs. Oh, you got to see the mountain on the other side. Hang on. I had a handful of dried nuts and fruit. Look at that. Yeah, we just stopped and filled up our tanks. And I just didn't find anything at the gas station I wanted to eat. So I'm like, well, I've got beef jerky and stuff in the car still, so. And then I realized I had a bag of, like trail mix with dried fruit and stuff, dried mangoes, dried bananas. That one of our suppliers gave me as a going away present. He gave me a bunch of bags of road trip snacks. So we divvied them up into little bags, and Ethan doesn't like banana chips, so I got this bag all to myself. Nuts and fruit and stuff. It's very good, and it's coming in very handy this morning. Kind of a healthy breakfast. Probably not super healthy, but healthier than the muffin and Pringles he grabbed. So, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we only have 2 days of driving left. We had 812 miles left to go. And the plan today is to try and get as far over 400 today as we can. So I think Baker City is our first target. If we can get at least that far, I think that was 427. I'm okay, except I start to get tired after a while. But usually getting out of the car and just doing something for a couple minutes solves it. He's getting all stiff. His neck is getting all stiff and everything, so he's actually struggling with this more than I am. So I don't know if I said this or if I just started to say this. I went on ZipRecruiter this morning and I found 4 jobs in the Tacoma area that I was qualified for. So I applied for those. Because right now, if we get there tomorrow, that's Saturday. We're at a, what do you call it? An extended stay hotel in Lakewood for 2 weeks. So I have a 2-week deadline to find a full-time job. In the meantime, I am still working part-time for the company that I just left in Florida. Depending on how things go, I'll be able to do more hours with them once we're situated in a semi-permanent place. So my daughter Stephanie helped us find a decent place to camp out for a couple of weeks. I'm hoping she'll also be nice enough to let us come over and use her washing machine tomorrow. Alright, I think I've talked to you enough. Hopefully today's a very pleasant drive. These are the 2 days I was most worried about, because now we're up further north, so the weather it's 37 degrees right now. I don't know how, I think it's supposed to be in the 50s today up here in Idaho, when we get up into Idaho, which won't be bad. I was terrified that it was going to be, 3 feet of snow and you need snow chains, and I was really scared doing this at the end of February. It was it was a dumb idea, but I changed. We were originally going to move at the end of April, and I changed the dates. So this is my fault. If anything goes wrong in the next 2 days regarding weather, it's my fault. But weather reports say everything should be clear and sunny all the way to Seattle, which would be fantastic. I would appreciate that so much. Oh, speed limit's dropping. I can do that. I can drop the speed limit. See, chain installation area. This area does get that much snow where you have to have chains on your car. That's terrifying. I don't like it. All right. I'm going to go back to listening to a podcast, and I will check in with you later.
Flip phone activated. So we just go from one beautiful vista to the next, really. I don't know what the hell this is, but the road wasn't cooperating as far as turning. I'll show you what we're looking at here. We're about 7 miles out of Wells, Nevada. Then we turn and go due north into Idaho. The next major dot on the map through there will be Boise. I know that we kind of intersect Twin Falls-ish, but we're really going more the Boise route. Look at that. That's amazing. Again, it's not a natural viewing angle for the phone, really, but I want to make sure you guys get to see it. Looks like there's more coming up that way. It's kind of pushed back on the horizon, but it's just one set of snow-capped mountains after another. Keyword snow-capped. Keep the snow up there and off of here. Then we'll be all right. Yeah, when we were mapping out the route and everything, that was the big concern. We're in this stretch of country now that we could be having snow and ice in such a way that we might need snow tires, we might need chains in the car. Nobody got time for that. So we're very fortunate that the temperatures are staying above freezing. Very glad we drove it. I mean, not that we had much else of a choice. I mean, I guess we could have thrown everything in the pods or something, but that was not cheap. So, on the whole, it's like taking this long journey across the country. It's been very, very educational and illuminating. All right, I hope any of that recorded just now. To reiterate, we're passing through the Silverstone Pass. And my lord, I mean, this whole area, Jamie was like, I feel like we're driving through a painting. Very much so. Now, that painting would be Charles Russell as the artist, not Bob Ross. And if you don't know, now you know. Go look it up. I used to have a book of Charles Russell's paintings. But it was very much in tune with the area. We did a lot of like Wyoming and stuff scenes. absolutely gorgeous country. So the game plan, because I don't know if I really said, we've got to get to somewhere in Oregon tonight. We have a spot that we're driving toward, but if we can actually get past it, it'd be even better. Now, West Wendover is on Mountain Time, and we passed it Pacific Time again pretty quickly. So we picked up an hour relative to our exit time from West Wendover. So, just steady on through here. I'm going to try and get another shot of these mountains just in case I wasn't recording. I thought I did. I want to make sure you guys get to see this because this is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Zoomed in, so it's a bit aggressive. It's back up. Try that. Look at that. And I don't normally pick up the phone and film while I'm driving, but you know, sometimes you just gotta.
Okay, other than the fact that I'm stuck behind this truck, there hasn't been much to report, except we just saw a sign saying that we're going back into Mountain Time Zone.
Well, we got reduced speed anyway.
At the Idaho border, which is coming up, I assume. Otherwise, why would they tell us? And I've just been stuck behind this truck for, I don't know, 40 miles. That mountain is. I'm leaving it on in case we actually see a Idaho sign. What's my...
Hit the jackpot.
Stop at the Loves?
Sure, if you want.
Casino!
I would have thought you would have said that instead.
Well, we can do both.
Fries. They're just fries.
Welcome to Idaho! That's my first time in Idaho. I never seen this before. So far, not a lot to see. Okay, we're on this road for another 41 miles. This is North 93. We were on this yesterday and then ended up on something else, and then we ended up on 80. Idaho is too great to litter. Okay. I'll control myself. What is the speed? I'm doing the speed limit. That's good. Okay. What else we got? Really nothing. Let's see what's over this ridge. I'll leave you on for another second or two. That came upon me really quick. I'm glad that I was able to get the camera going fast enough. So apparently Jackpot, Nevada is right on the edge of the Idaho border, because we no sooner did we get out of Jackpot, and believe me, Ethan really wanted to go to another casino in Jackpot, and I'm like, nope, not falling for the name. I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty. Here's what's in front of me now that I'm over the ridge. The sky's very pretty in the camera. We're down to one lane again. Yay. Okay, there's snow-capped mountains behind me. Oh, there's snow-capped mountains in front of us. Okay. Alright. Well, about what I thought Idaho would look like, so that's, yeah, that's about right. Okay, I will get back to you if anything else happens. I'm about to get stuck behind another truck. Lovely. Okay. Alright, I don't know how well this is going to translate to the camera, but I don't think I've ever seen a sky this blue. Holy cow. Especially this way. That is gorgeous. Ethan, have you ever seen a sky this blue? Ethan?
Not lately.
Incredible.
It looks at night.
Sorry?
I can only imagine how it looks at night as well.
Not blue.
No, but clear.
Well, we're not staying here to find out.
All right, we're about 100 miles outside of Boise. We're in Idaho. This is the road to Baker City, Oregon, which is our target, but we want to get past it, ideally, so we have less driving tomorrow. Seems possible. Officially, we don't have any more mini golf planned for the trip. I don't know that there's any mini golf open in Boise. Plus, we didn't know what the weather was going to be. It says it's 48 right now. And by the time we get there, it might be in the 50s. Speed limit on this road is 80. That's nice. So, mini golf wise, we do what we can. It's not our job. We do have day jobs to an extent. And so, with that being the case, we don't tour the country doing nothing but mini golf. It would be a whole different channel if that's what we did. But I'm excited about our new locale because there's going to be Washington State mini golf will be playing, and then there's stuff up in Canada right over the border. That's going to be exciting. There's going to be stuff in Oregon. There's a channel called RZ Golf, and they always play with like funky cat toys and stuff. They don't play with regular mini golf balls. They always bring their own wacky non-regulation golf balls. We may meet up with them and do a challenge at some point. We might do like 9 holes their way with the funky ball, and then we might do a 9-hole thing where they do something we want to do. We'll see. We have reached out to them to talk about it, but it's at the initial talk stages because we're not actually there yet. But they seem to be based in Oregon, but they do make their way up into Washington, I've noticed. Their channel's been beneficial to kind of see what's in the Oregon area and like what the courses are like. And there are some indoor ones, so that's good. We're big fans of indoor mini golf. We were talking about it, the fantasy of if we started our own mini golf course, what would we do? And we think we agree it would be an indoor course. Because that way it's year-round and you're not beholden to seasonal weather necessarily. Now, up in this part of the country, you could have power outages and stuff depending on the snow. But in the Washington, Seattle area, it's much more temperate. So the likelihood you're going to have like a bunch of power outages is lower. But, you know, maybe someday, we don't know. But we were fantasizing, well, like, what if we hit the crazy grand, you know, like 100 grand or 50 grand or whatever. Like, it'd be certainly good seed money to start a mini golf course. And what would we do? That's what we would do. So anyway, that's been a fun minute here as we drive towards Boise. We were at 6,500 feet above sea level at our most recent stop, and my breathing was very labored, and it's been kind of labored through here. But when we are coming down in altitude, and our final destination is something like it was something like 700 feet above sea level. Kissimmee, Florida was 72 feet above sea level by comparison. So they will be a little higher than we were, but not any 6,500 feet. 6,000 and above seems to be when we both start to really have issues. Jamie more than me, but it's not like I'm completely immune. I just, my breathing is very labored. And the slightest thing you do, it's like I now have to sit down and rest. Whereas she gets like really bad headaches and feels sick and all that, but she gets altitude sickness. But we just press on here. The more we press on, the lower the altitude gets. So all things must pass. So more on that commute later as we press along here. All right, we got in and out. She got a double-double. I got a single. We got regular fries. We're good to go.
No problem.
All right, we are at Wahoo's Family Fun Zone in Meridian, Idaho.
How do we get to Idaho?
How did we get to Meridian, Idaho at that?
Who plays mini golf in Idaho and puts it on the internet?
Yep. Well, we didn't think we were going to make it to any Idaho mini golf because of our schedule, but
It worked out.
the fates aligned, and here we are.
And we got a beautiful day. It's not covered in snow.
Yeah. And some of the mini golfs are closed in the area because of the seasonal hours and stuff, so I was amazed that these guys were open and inexpensive.
There's something you don't see in every arcade.
All right, they have two courses. It's Hillbilly Hollow and there is Caverns Mill. And while I was getting situated, there was an explosion over here at the tiki thing or whatever it was. So, all right, Hillbilly wins. I believe you won last game.
I believe I did.
I don't know where the last game was.
I don't
It was
either.
at Putt-Tack, wasn't it?
Putt-Tack?
No, that was me.
Oh, then you won.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Did you film the number?
No, last hole into the outhouse. Look at this vista coming up here in Oregon. We're in eastern Oregon. Descending into a valley here, which is good because getting that altitude down is helpful for our overall well-being. Look at that! Holy cow! Keep that frame for that. Making it to Pendleton. Plus, I don't know if that's even on the way of where we're going. So that's just it. Some of these things will say like, oh, well, here's the next dot on the map that they're going to give you a mileage marker to, but it may be going the completely wrong way. So we'll find out where we're going to end up staying. And then the following day, we know we're in Tacoma, so that's all handled. Scenic alert. So we're about 37 miles out of Baker City, which may be where we end up tonight after all. We were trying not to, but that could just be how it plays out. So we were just walkie-talking back and forth. And for all I know, Jamie's filming, and you already know this, but I have to assume she's not filming, so Captain Redundant over here is going to tell you anyway. Boy, did we luck out with that weather. Because this very well could have been snow and ice. And instead it's 57 degrees according to my car thermometer. Oh look, more scenery. There you go, man. Got away from the hilly, foldy valley we're going through, and now we got this big old wall of mountains. And then what? Who knows? No one knows. It's completely undiscovered land.
Well, hello. We are in Oregon. I missed the sign. I was on the phone with my sister. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Oh, I told you this morning that I went on ZipRecruiter, right? And put in a couple of applications. Four to be exact. I got a call back for one of them, and I set it up with her. Hang on, Ethan is talking to me. What are you saying?
The 80 speed limit was nice while it lasted, he said, going 80.
I'm talking to you guys. I got rid of him. Oh, it's starting to get a little sleepy. Okay, so I have a Zoom interview Monday morning at 9 o'clock with a company, and it's like an accounts payable position. A little bit of project admin is what it sounded like. So it was out of everything that was on the list of what the duties would be, there was only one thing I don't already do, and that was certified payroll. And give me a spreadsheet, I can do anything. So that shouldn't be, I don't think that would be an issue. I don't know exactly how much of that is like a requirement. But everything else on their list, the different systems that construction companies use, like GC Pay and Procore and stuff like that. I know that means nothing to most of you. And then what else was there? Oh, there was I think paying invoices and lien releases, and it's all stuff that I already do. So I'm excited about that. That is something that I'm 100% qualified for. And it was either 14 minutes or 14 miles away from my sister's house. I can't remember now. I mapped it out. But it's in the same town, which is great because we want to stay in that area as close as possible to, my sisters and the kids. So that would work out absolutely perfectly. So we'll see what happens. But I'm quite pleased with the fact that they got back to me so quickly. So, and she was very nice on the phone. So I can't believe we're in Oregon. Holy cow. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't tell if that's a lake or a river down there, though.
don't have a whole lot of time to be able to fight because you're focusing on not breathing.
Okay, I keep trying to listen to my podcast, but the scenery is just too pretty. These big mountains around us, because we keep ending up in the shadow. I kept waiting for a tunnel. And there's one off to the left, but it's the train tunnel. But it's so crazy. I'll be in full sun, and then all of a sudden we'll be in the shadow of one of these mountains. This is cool. Keep putting the sunglasses on and off. But I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if we ended up in a tunnel. I don't know if there are any out here. Look at how huge that is. Isn't that crazy? Well, I'm glad there's a valley to drive through. It's interesting because most of my life I just spent traveling from Chicago to Florida and back. And rest stops are big and plentiful, and then you come out west and they're very few and far between. Like I said, a couple of them. One of the ones we saw in Nevada, we saw the two that looked like garages. In fact, the one we're just at now, it looks like just a single, like a two-car garage. We passed one. It was a building, but it was the size of 2 porta potties. That was it. I didn't know they made rest stops that small. I'm so used to the huge ones down on what road did we used to take? 75. So pretty. Really around this corner. You can see more of that. Isn't that cool?
Alright, we're at the Super 8 in Baker City. Right by the highway. So that's convenient. Ours, where we're posted here. Got gas, groceries, highway, all right here. Let's see what we did to ourselves here. Big old desk, big old crash landing pad for my stuff.
We got a couch.
Yep. All right, well, there you go.
Let's play a game. Where's Ethan? You blend right into the couch.
Hey, look, the pants are on the couch.
You blend right into the couch. There goes Ethan into the grocery store across the street.
How about this?
No!